Good afternoon. Tell us who you are and why you're here.
My name is Jessica Goldstrohm, and I live up in Broomfield, Colorado. I work with a lot of organizations to do things like restoration, using plantings, native plants specifically, and also I work with the Sister Cities group up there that formulated a relationship. It's formalized now with the Southern Cheyenne Arapaho tribes. My next natural step in my mind is to, because we acquired, my thoughts are not totally organized. I apologize for that.
No,
But
we like extemporaneously, organically expressed.
perfect, because that's what you're gonna get. So we just acquired a new open space, and by we I mean the Open Space and Trails Department at the City and County of Broomfield, which they brought some of our partners to last year. So Fred, Mesquita, and Chester, they went up there, and Fred offered a name, Water Runs Back, for that new open space. So we put it to the general public, the community, for a vote of acceptance, and everybody accepted it. City Council supported it. So now we have that officially named as Water Runs Back. In my mind, the natural next step was to add something like this medicine wheel garden up there, because I met Kate Wilkins. Well, I've met Kate Wilkins a couple years ago, but
So,
she was at...
Can you stop 1 second?
Yeah.
When you're speaking about Kate?
Yeah.
Tell us who she is.
Kate
why
Wilkins,
she's important in this, what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Kate Wilkins, I met through my graduate program. She's like the lead grassland ecologist up here for Denver Zoo at Daniels Park. She oversees the monitoring of the grasslands up here. I don't know the entirety of her role, but she is a scientist, and she's very smart. She worked with Louis Tallbull to kind of facilitate this process of making this garden a reality, the medicine wheel garden at Daniels Park. And I'll let Louis explain that, because I will not do it the justice that it deserves. But he and Kate worked together on this. I met Kate again at the powwow last year at the Tallbull Memorial, and she was at a table and had the template out of this garden, and I'm like, Kate, we need to replicate this. This needs to go everywhere throughout the Denver metro area. And she's like, you have no idea how exciting that is. And I said, oh, I think I do. And so we have been talking about this ever since. And
roughly when was that? Like, how long did they?
That was back in August, I think,
of last year.
When I found out about it. Now,
right.
They had already kind of done the whole process, and now I'll let them explain all of that. But I
am so sorry about that noise.
That's okay. You know, we've got the private
we're
jets
outdoors.
everywhere.
Can't help it. Okay? We can't stop the world.
No, we can't.
While we're talking about
That's
this
right.
very important project.
Yeah. So Kate and I have been talking, and I wanted to invite her and Louis to talk to Broomfield about this garden, and we are planning to do that in the fall of 2025. So I'm going to put it on Zoom so that more people can come and listen from all communities that are interested in putting this kind of garden together.
Yes.
So
I can see that it would be important in Boulder also.
Yeah, 100%.
Boulder County, yeah.
Whoever wants to learn about it and has a place they want to put it, let's do this, and make this culture more
accessible,
seen and visible, and therefore supported by us.
So important right now.
It is.
Since we're at this juncture where many of us realize how important Earth is to us.
Earth and each other.
Yes.
Earth,
community.
Yeah, I think it's
the plants, the animals. Yes.
It's so important to use voices that are heard to elevate voices that have not been heard historically. And I think that's our responsibility, is that when we have privilege to bring our privilege to the table as a device of change and support. Not as helpers per se, but supporters coming alongside and being game changers in that sense. So, and of course, when we plant like this, we're not only restoring that human connection to those cultural pieces, but also the land. ecology is important here, and we are ecologically significant no matter what we're doing. It just depends on, as Jane Goodall says, what kind of change you want to make is determined by you. So I like to think I want to be a positive influence on ecology, and also just justice with people, animals, our earth, and it can all be done through planting. Robin Wall Kimmer just came and gave a talk at School of Mines, and her take-home message to the audience was plant, baby, plant.
I love it. That should be the motto of this whole project.
It's a t-shirt, man. It's on its way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. A t-shirt.
So
you can raise money.
Yes, you could.
To support the project.
That's a great idea. So
yeah.
I think, so the reason we're here today is because they're planting today. I reached out to Kate to see, because I knew she had mentioned that there would be a planting day in the spring. And so I reached out to her to find out when. And I invited our Sister Cities group. I invited the Town of Superior's Ranger Pari, and then Bird Conservancy of the Rockies, Sherry is here, and I tried to get Longmont down here, but we'll get them down here. We'll get everybody down here to see it in the fall for sure. But the idea is to show people what we're doing, and then also what they're doing, not we, and then also inspire them to do it as well, gain more confidence in this concept and make connections. So.
And how long did it take you to put everything together to be able to come here today?
Gosh, yeah, I mean, it's interesting when you're trying to get a lot of people together, because we did have to do a quick change. So Wednesday, Mother Nature's like, well, I'm going to rain, and it's going to be soggy, and you're not going to be able to plant. And I'm like, okay, well, so we did a quick switch, and we were able to successfully pull that off to do it today, which is Friday, 2 days later. But it took me a little while. I mean, I want to say it's been a handful of months of planning.
I was going to say, from the time you saw the garden, which was last summer.
August, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you got the idea, right? Did you get it the moment you looked at it? Or
Absolutely. I was like, okay, this needs to be part of Broomfield, because I knew we had the open space.
Yes.
And I knew it was going to be called Water Runs Back.
Yes.
And I knew Kristen and Chloe would want to be part of that, and they want to be part of it. Chloe wanted to be here, but because of the last minute change, she couldn't make it today.
The weather, of course.
But I'm going to let her know about the Wednesday planting, because maybe she can come then. But yeah, I mean, it took months. It's months in the making.
Yes.
My favorite.
And did you have to raise a lot of money to be able to do it?
No, I just showed up with volunteering hands, and so the Denver Zoo, Denver Parks and Rec, and I think there was another organization involved in this, that they all put the resources together. They did all the designing. They got all the permissions, and in the fall, that's what Kate and Lewis will be presenting about, and we'll put it on Zoom. But I don't know the date for that yet. Kate and I have to kind of nail down a date for that.
That would be good to come back then.
Yeah.
And learn more.
Yes.
Especially if you want to make it a project that's accessible to the entire state as a potential. Absolutely.
And I think because they have kind of a framework to draw from, and we have experts at our fingertips, it's just a matter of engaging and partnering. We'll be able to pull this off in big ways and in meaningful ways. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, because this is the beginning of that. See, you're telling the story of how it evolved, and now you can share that as part of the whole project of how to convince others to join.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in showing. Just let me show you.
Experientially is the only way people really get excited.
Right. You can educate, but that second piece is what changes things.
And just for the audience, tell us where we are. I know we're going to have Bill Tallbull. Tallbull.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Speak to us about how this park evolved from his ancestor. But tell us, about why this is the spot that was picked for that Broomfield, right, to initiate this project.
Well, the only reason I chose to initiate was because Kate and Lewis are doing it, and we had this conversation at the table at the powwow where I said, Kate, this should be everywhere. We should make this happen all over the Front Range. And they had a meeting with and I don't want to butcher it's the Native American
organization.
It's
and
like the Leadership Council in Denver.
Yeah.
And this is from what I heard from Kate. So it's like playing telephone. It may not be 100% accurate, but what she came back with from them is that they were excited about this concept, and that they too said, you need to do this everywhere. Like, you got to bring these gardens everywhere. And then I wasn't part of that meeting, but like I went to the powwow, came to the table, and I'm like, Kate, this is so exciting. This needs to happen everywhere. And she's like, you have no idea how exciting that is that you just said that.
Fantastic.
And that's something that has stuck with me since. And it's really, for me, it's like being open to opportunities and seeing them when they show up, right?
Yes.
It's very organic.
Exactly. And I want to say something about the buffalo, which we hope to see today, because this is where the buffalo live. In this area, where, I mean, they live in other parts, but this is important to them. To me, everything that happens about the indigenous right now, and us being interested in healing our very dark history, is inspired by the buffalo.
Yeah.
I see them as the leader.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
They're
because
important.
They were driven out just as much, if not more, in volume. Which of course made it possible to move the indigenous, because the buffalo were their food.
Yeah. Yes. It was a purposeful attack.
Yes, and right now we are suffering from the possibility, or we are implicated in the possibility of our food system being broken down.
Yeah.
So anytime that we can help the land, we stave off of that possibility, right? We counteract.
Yeah.
That happening again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all comes back to realizing that not a single one of us stands on our own, and we're all part of a network.
Yep.
Each one of us is important. And it's just, we might think that we can manage, quote unquote, things, but really it's about learning how things work and then working within the confines of that. And that's what I admire about indigenous wisdom, is it's not about overpowering, manipulating. It is about learning, like, how does this work, and where did things come in? And I am not a pro on that, but that's what I've learned through reading, listening to people talk. I'm like, that's really where we should be. And it's it makes sense, because the more I'm into this, the more I feel like I am connected to nature. And I feel that,
That's the benefit you get from participating.
When we're doing that, we see value in each other as people.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Thank
all
you.
Inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was excellent. And